Time now for News Extra, today brought to you by First State Bank. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about something I don't think we've ever talked about before on News Extra. We're going to talk about horseshoes and a new league that has been formed. I think it's been going on for a little while anyway. And Diane McKnight is here. She's one of the members of, call yourselves the Iron Chukars, right?
Iron Chukars, yes.
Okay. So kind of explain to us how this got started and where you guys are at.
Well, basically, it started out as backyard horseshoes. We played a lot of them at the house, and eventually people started putting more horseshoe pits into their yards, and we traveled around from yard to yard, and then a lot of your small towns have events. Tabor Days used to have a horseshoe tournament. Dalton has horseshoe tournaments. So we started going to those tournaments just to get some competition. And then we found out that they have actual leagues through the state, through nationals, that kind of like bowling. You buy a membership, and then you get prizes or patches for most average, high game, those type things. So we decided to form a league so we can compete in state and national levels.
All right, very good. So you compete with, say, leagues in Sydney and people in Sydney and Kimball and just all over
North
right?
Platte, Crawford, Lodgepole, Hyannis. We travel just about every weekend to go to tournaments.
All right. Now this traveling happens in the springtime, right?
Yes, it does. Basically, we're going to start our league in March 1st.
Okay.
And it will run for 4 weeks. Then we'll have 2 weeks off. Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday will be off. And then we'll start another 4-week league. And then we go from there.
All right. Now you guys have how many members in your group now?
Last year we started this league in November, and we have 13 members, and we're hoping to really increase that over the next couple of years.
And that's kind of the idea coming on, to tell people, hey, if you're interested, we're here, right?
We are here. I liken it to bowling. It's got a lot of the same moves as bowling. You got your approach, you throw, you score, get a ringer.
Yeah.
It's based on how many ringers you feel you can get out of 100 when you go to the fun tournaments. And then when you start going to state and nationals, sanctioned tournaments, those statistics are kept at national level, and you can look those up at any time when you go to sanctioned tournaments, and we'll get your correct average as time goes on.
So where do you go for state and nationals?
This year, state will be in O'Neill, I believe, and then nationals, the World Championship will be in Topeka, Kansas this year.
Wow.
So there's a few of us that are thinking about going there to World.
I would bet, since it's not that far away.
That's right. And we will be hosting the state tournament in 2016, and that will be Labor Day.
All right. Now, well, let's take a break, and we'll talk about where you guys do throw the horseshoes and where state's going to be and all that kind of stuff right after this.
Love touches everyone, both those who give as well as those who receive. For 33 years, First State Bank has been able to touch the lives of many in the Panhandle through our Gift of Love program, and this year is no exception. We invite you to share your love by picking a name from our tree of names or donating new children's coats. You may leave your donations at either of our First State Bank locations, 2002 Broadway in Scottsbluff or 1540 10th Street in Gearing, by no later than December 10th. All donations stay in the Valley. Won't you give? First State Bank, member FDIC.
Back on News Extra, we have Diane McKnight here. She's with the Iron Chukars. That's a horseshoe league here locally that travels quite a bit during the spring, over the month of March and April and into May. And they participate at state competition. And even this year they're going to compete in the maybe in the world competition over in Topeka, Kansas. Now, when you guys throw in your own league and have league events and so forth and tournaments, you do that over at Frank Park for the most part?
For the most part, yeah. Frank Park has the most pits. We do have 6 sanctioned pits at my house in the barn, and those we use.
Your place is just off of County Road 19 there, just across the tracks, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, but Frank Park has quite a few, right?
Frank Park has quite a few. We are hoping to get some of those cleaned up, updated, and in better condition over the next year.
Because you have state in 2016.
2016 we'll be hosting the state tournament here. And when they went to state this last year, there were about 80 pitchers. So that's a pretty good crowd, pretty good group to come into our town and see what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. All right. So, how much does it cost to be in the league? Is there a fee?
In order to get sanctioned, you have to buy a national card, which is $24, and that lets you go into any sanctioned tournament that's available. They also have fun tournaments, which you just usually pay an entry fee, and they give you prize awards or sometimes trophies. So it's just a lot of fun.
All right. So if folks want to get involved in this, I would imagine if you have a barn where you can actually throw inside, I mean, so you can throw pretty much year-round as long as the weather's okay,
Correct.
right?
In fact, we threw last Sunday.
Did you?
It was very cold, but it was indoors.
You sound like me in golfing. If it's 40 degrees, that's warm enough to go play. So, but anyway, that's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. We've got a good crowd. 2 of our members from our league have been voted in as Tim Shasky, who is our PR person for the league. He will now be president of the Western Nebraska Charter. And John Booker, who is our director through the league, he will be our second vice president of the Nebraska Western Charter.
Okay.
So
and then
big
there's an
kudos to
Eastern
them.
Wyoming charter too, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So give us the number real quick if people want to get involved or emails and how they can get started on this.
All right, you can call me, Diane McKnight, at 308-641-6699, and I'm at Ironhorseacres at vistabeam.com. You can call John Booker at 308-631-7530, and you can reach him at Long Acres Ranch 68 at yahoo.com. Or Tim Shasky, who is our public relations person, and you can call him at 308-641-3377 at Shasky40 at gmail.com.
Okay. Very good. That should give you enough numbers to call. You can get involved in pitching a little horseshoes next spring or even warm up this winter over at Diane's place, okay?
We're even going to start a junior league this year. 12 and under is a cadet league, and then 18 and under is a junior league. So we'll be doing that this summer.
All right, very good. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.